So today I did a few things to the BMW. It has made a world of difference. You'll see it throughout this video. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you like these type of videos, I'll keep making them. So yeah, enjoy. Guys, I'm going to try to do this a little differently. I think this will be better for YouTube if I post this way. Today I need to figure out why my car's breaking up. So on light throttle to medium, it sort of breaks up, and I keep getting a code that cylinder 1 is running lean, having some sort of fuel cut or something. So I drove around today and had a look at the O2 sensors. They're both working, fluctuating with voltage, and it pretty much comes up with, you know, my fuel trim. So the next thing, I think every now and then I do smell a bit of fuel, so I don't know if that's it running rich or if there's actually a problem. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to jack it up, well, roll the front up on ramps, jack the rear up, and then potentially have a look at the fuel filter and maybe any of the lines at the bottom, if it's potentially like starving when I'm sitting at a certain RPM, doesn't want to bring the fuel through. And also the other thing is, when I go really slow and I punch it, there's a pretty bad vibration. So commonly either gearbox mounts, which I've purchased, and the center bearing. So I've got them both from Gresham, very well priced. Coming from an MPS, this platform is a lot cheaper than an MPS. Everything for an MPS it's almost like it's specialized, super expensive. So very happy with that. So that's also another thing I'll have a look at when I jack the car up. I'll get harder just to swap them. I think the only problem is with the gearbox. I have to drill the holes out a little bit bigger because these, I'm pretty sure, are an M10. What's in there is an M8. So I don't have a drill, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Worst case, I don't end up doing it today, but yeah, I have to drill out the bracket that holds the gearbox up and the actual gearbox. So pretty much wherever the mount sits, we gotta make it a tiny bit bigger. So yeah, might have a look at the center bearing though. So yeah, here we go. Let's see if I can not break shit. So you'll see the video just stopped. iPhone said, nah, don't have enough storage. So I got that friggin' iCloud thing. So I got it up on the ramps, as you can see. I can't believe it happened again. Anyway, car's up. I'm gonna jack the rear up now and get some jack stands under it, so I can get under there. If the front is too low for me, I will try and jack the front up and put some more jack stands. I do have 4, so yeah. So going to just jack it off the diff. It's easier just to lift the car up, bang, bring both. Oh my damn, the sun, G. It's easier just to lift the whole arse end up, so you don't have to jack up once. So yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. So we can set the phone up somewhere you can see.
To Mars and Jupiter and all that, so I'm ready to see it on all the other planets in our solar system. Not the 9 planets, but the 12 or 13 that's out there.
So I got it jacked up. I got both the jack stands under there, but I'm just gonna leave the jack as like a bit of an extra support. One thing I noticed is a bit of diff oil sitting around the drain plug, so I'll have a little squeeze at that. And that really fine steel wool to clean these up. That's what they look like pretty much beforehand. Look a little bit better, I mean, better from far. Just left all this little shit on the ground, which pretty much feels like fiberglass, so I lay these mats out so it doesn't annoy the shit out of me. One thing I can tell you already, I know that there was, this thing's leaking a fair bit. I'll address that, but yet again, I've been told that these 5-speed get rags are pretty much weak as hell, so I'm just waiting for it to blow up anytime soon. I've already replaced that little swivel bit up there. I did buy a DSSR connecting rod, but it was the wrong size. I think someone's made this one because there's a weld there, so yeah. Also, what I was talking about earlier, drilling the holes, so it's just these ones. Drill through that, and then the gearbox is like slotted, so you just have to like file it back a little bit. So that's those two. Going upside down now. That's just what I gotta replace, so it's just these 2 bolts. I gotta split the drive shaft, take the exhaust off, because this thing is pretty much the whole length of the car. It's one thing, so yeah, just those 2. Not 100% sure if I'll do this today. I'll see. Alright, so I had a look underneath the car and whatnot. I can't really find anything that tells me there's like something wrong with the fueling. I can't really smell fuel from under there or anything. I did find the fuel filter. The way that it was positioned, it's almost looked like, I don't know if it's a return or not, but it almost looked like that was a little bit kinked the way that it was sitting. So I just moved it to the side and zip tied it. It doesn't have a proper bracket, so I've just zip tied it. The fuel filter sits there. I've just zip tied it back. That little blue line there was hard up against the intake, and it was sort of kinked. As you can see, that little bit of white there. So I'm hoping that was the problem. I mean, while the car's up on jacks and whatnot, I'm gonna just go ahead and try and replace the center bearing. So I'm gonna pull the exhaust off now. I heard that apparently the front bolts, just off the headers, can be quite of a pain in the ass. So I might end up snapping them. Hopefully not. We'll see. Yeah, as you can see, they look pretty rusted. So fingers crossed. Also noticed a bunch of stuff leaking still. Quite a lot more than I thought, to be honest. So we'll see about that one. All right, so I just sprayed some of this penetrine stuff. I've had this for many years. I got it off my dad. This stuff usually works like a bloody miracle. You spray it, leave it for a couple of minutes, and then it's all cracked loose. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully this thing comes in clutch again. And then also fill the rattle gun. Once again, it's my dad's. Doesn't use it anymore, so she stays in my house. Gets worked on the cars. So yeah, we'll give that a couple of minutes to cook, I guess, and then let's see if we can get them off. All right, so these are proven to be fat pain in the ass. So we got 3. We've got a bunch of different sockets because it's sort of some of them got a little bit round, so I went to metric and imperial to get more specific sizing. The last one is that one there. So currently got this little thing jigged up just to get a little bit more power because the rattle gun ain't doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this last one, and we'll see if I'm gonna do this or not. Here we got all 4 of them. This little extension on this thing works a treat. Now I just got to take some of these brackets off, and then the 2 hangers at the back, and we can take the whole exhaust system out the way. So I've got everything disconnected now. I've got the jack slightly off the exhaust, so I need to disconnect it from the back here and then pull it slightly down and then back, because it's got studs there, so the exhaust needs to go that way and then it'll fall down. Because there's only one of me, I'll be at the back there loosening that off, and then hopefully that will fall onto the jack, and if all goes well, I should just be able to pull it, let go of that end and then lower the jack. Or it will just fall off the jack, and yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Once again, my phone just decided it didn't have any storage, so I don't know what's going on. Also, the video was pretty blurry anyway. Sorry, I'm having a lot of troubles with my phone storage. I've got too many videos. Anyway, got the exhaust off. That did work for a little bit. I got a little bit stuck because I couldn't lay the exhaust down. So I ended up just twisting it, and it fell down a little bit, only a tiny little bit. So yeah, that worked well. So now that the exhaust is out of the way, I should be able to, I think I got to loosen off the drive shaft at the back here with those 4 bolts, loosen it off, loosen the that pilot bearing in the middle, I should be able to tilt it down and then slide it out because the drive shaft disconnects. So we'll give that a go now. All right, so I'm gonna try undo these, and then yeah, we got those 2 bolts there, and it should drop off, I hope. All right. The thing I did was I adjusted my camber. Wouldn't recommend anyone, I guess, doing it themselves. I'll be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I just made sure. Yeah, I just wanted to add a little bit more camber on it. It almost had like a bit of positive camber, so yeah. So at first I adjusted this one. I liked how it looked, and then I adjusted that one to suit that one. I tried to measure the lengths of that, but it ended up looking completely out. So I've gone with other ways of measuring, like off the body to the top of the wheel, fucking center of the diff to the bottom of these wheels. Don't know, like, yeah, don't know if it's a good idea or not. Probably not. It's probably way out now, but I mean, I'll give it a go. If it works, it works. I mean, if you got any tips or anything, let me know. Probably your tip will probably be take it to a wheel alignment shop, but you know, fuck it. I like doing shit myself, even if it's wrong. So yeah, why not, brother? Give it a shot. So I'm gonna need to get some spanners to fit that back. So gonna go with a bunch of different ones. 19, what we got here? 16, 17, 19. Doubt it's a 14. Let me give these ones a go. At one point I probably will have to put the handbrake down, take it out of gear so I can turn this around so I can get all 4 bolts. Yay! Alright, so 17 is the money. See if I can do this all one-handed. Oh, wow! Hold on a minute. 117, 116. Fucking hell! How goes that, boys? I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one-handed. No. Just had to take the handbrake down and take it out of gear. I've always been so scared of doing this, but I do have to remember this is not an all-wheel drive car, and it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to change because the whole rear end is up. It's my always used to that four-wheel drive life or all-wheel drive life. Sorry, I should be able to spin that. Yeah, boy. Back out from underneath the car and put the handbrake up. Oh, that's probably good enough. Hold on, 2 hands. There we go. All right, 4 bolts are undone. She's all loose. Now these 2, I just loosened them off, but they were hardly tight. So I'm going to continue to take it off, and the whole drive shaft should fall down a little bit. Should have a bit of flex from that joint at the front, and then I should be able to pull it out. That's what I'm hoping. One of the tips that I got told was just to mark the splines, just to ensure everything's still balanced as it was. So I'm gonna quickly do that, and then I think I'm just gonna keep pulling this down until it pops out. Alright guys, so what I ended up having to do was loosen off the front of the drive shaft to try and wiggle it, and then I got the front part off, but then the back was all pretty much nice and tight on there, so I had to give that a few whacks to pop it off. And then also found out where is it? That little joiner there with that rubber. One of the bolts that I've just got over there. See if I can boink. It has snapped. So from the previous owners or whatever, it snapped. So I'm going to see if I can just find a replacement bolt, same size, whatever. It goes through rubber, so yeah, we'll do that. But first of all, I just got to have a look on how to remove this center bearing. That's a bit clearer. So yeah, I need to see how to remove the center bearing. I'm pretty sure. So they've got a circlips in there. I don't think you can really see it. Oh, you might be able to. So yeah, I'll pull the circlips off, and then yeah, whack her out. I think. Someone else absolutely hates circlips, because I do. All right, with a bit of bloody fiddling and diddling, finally got it. I used the pick and the circuit pliers to pull this off. So I'm just gonna Sorry, I'm getting distracted there with what I'm doing. So yep, that's off. I think this should just come off now. I might just need to give it some persuasion, I think. Alright, my camera sorry. I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing. Alright, I'm gonna just try to whack it a little bit. What is this fucking fly doing? Alright, so it seems like I'm just beating the shit out of it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure the bearing is getting left behind, so this is gonna be pretty fun. Not 100% sure. I've just sprayed it with some of that friggin' this shit again. See if that works. Oh no. Alright, I got it. That was a pain in the ass. There probably would have been an easier way to do it. But nice. I'll give that a clean up. Give it a nice little, spray down and fucking whatnot, and then chuck the new one on. I think I've done a pretty good job. So yeah, now we put the thing in there. Ta-da! I'm pretty sure these have a certain way of going on, so I just gotta remember which way it was. Oopsies. All right, when putting this center bearing back on, make sure to hit that inner brace there. Just keep going around and around. This thing is a little hard to hold. I'm just leaning it up against me and tapping it. So I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so I've got it all the way down now. I think that little plate, wherever it is that I destroyed, I think that's meant to go on there, so unlucky. This is a indoor fan shaft off of a like a AHU. So I've cut this off previously. I've always used it for work, but it seemed like this worked perfectly. You put the flat surface towards the shaft and bang. Yeah, so that worked really well just going around it. So that's on. One piece of the puzzle is complete. I guess I'll clean this up, put this back on, and then same with the circlips. Nearly forgot about that. Oopsies. So I've just removed the gearbox bracket and the two mounts. They don't seem too bad. Oh no, they do have a bit of a crack happening up the top. I've got the jack under there holding the gearbox. So I think all I need to do to put the bigger mounts is to drill these out, which look like they've already been drilled out. Let me see if the new ones fit. There we go. I've installed two mounts, and I've also drilled out the gearbox already. I just didn't really want to record that because yeah, it's a bit hard under there. So yeah, sweet. So everything, I'm just gonna start putting everything back together. I kind of got a bit locked in there. So as you can see, I've got the new gearbox mounts in. I ended up putting a new bolt in for that little uni joint. Center bearing is finished now as well, and the connection up back here is done. So everything's pretty much done underneath the car now. I did try to install that DSSR thing, but it was too short, so yeah, definitely did not work. Yeah, so I mean, there's only one thing left to do, is I've got to start it from the headers. You know, you hear it and then fucking get the exhaust back on and then happy days. Don't try this at home. I'm a certified idiot. So, yeah, got full loop around the car. Holy, I look like a mess. Oh, that's what you get for fucking working underneath the car all day, hey? It's actually not that loud, but it sounds like shit. Well, there you have it. God damn. Alright, well I'm going to struggle getting this thing on because that needs to be on a certain angle. It needs to push forward. I might have to put those hangers on and try and yank it back. This is where 2 people would be great. Alright, well, let me just do it. Alright guys, so finally everything is back. I tightened up the fill and drain of the diff because I saw a bit of weeping. I put brand new bolts on the exhaust as well. So yeah, now everything's pretty much completed. I'm going to put her on again, start her up, take it for a spin, and if I can't figure out if my O2 sensors are flogged, then I might as well just unplug them because I had it running without it. Yes, it doesn't run as good, but at least it doesn't have that little misfire and whatnot causing more issues. So we'll see if that's even it. But yeah, let's drop it down. Put her on again, and I was like, oh, I think I went a little bit too aggressive with the camber. So I might just quickly, oh, is it that bad though? I don't know. Is it too much camber? I feel like this side has slightly less camber. This is why they get a shop to do it. Oh yeah, this side's definitely got more. Ah, shit. Alright, let me jack her up. Alright, so I'm just taking it for a quick spin now, see how it feels. Yeah, from there. So yeah, after playing around with the fuel filter, I'll see if that's gonna hopefully stop that little bit of breaking up as well. Yeah, so unfortunately it's still breaking up. I wonder if you're about to hear it. There it is. So I just unplugged the O2 sensors because the fault that it gives me when that happens is cylinder 1 runs too lean, so I'd rather it run in, because it says if it doesn't pick up the O2 sensor it runs in a closed loop. So yeah. When I did that previously, just accelerated heavily from first gear, there was really bad vibration. Now that's gone, so that's one thing fixed. Alright, so yeah, it's already running better. I wonder if that's why the previous owners, they cut one of the wires that pretty much fed power to the O2 sensors. So I think I just need to buy new O2 sensors, so maybe that's the next thing. Get some new O2s, throw them in, and then yeah, see how we go with that. After a test drive, I am very, very happy. That has done a world of difference. It feels so much more solid now. It's, yeah, especially putting your foot down in first gear, going pretty slow, there was very bad vibration. Now it's solid. Put a little bit of camber in the rear. I felt that definitely helps for what I want to do with it. But yeah, no, it's doing really well. That was I would say that's a very successful day. Now, after bloody working, gotta do a bit of a cleanup so I can get the take back in and pull the Hilux back as well. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed that. I'll try to put everything together. Yeah, if you like that, I'm gonna keep making videos. There'll be more to come on that. There will be more to come on that. So yeah, I guess just, I don't know, give it a like, whatever you want to do. So cheers.